Oh shit, that one.
Yo,
Yo,
what's poppin'?
if you called from like a really nice setup in an office chair, I would have been disappointed. This is the energy I was hoping for.
I didn't know what to expect. Is this like gonna be like a video that people see?
I mean, it ideally, sure, unless you
Sick.
request us not to.
No. I'm down with it. I'm down with it.
You look good. The hair's looking
Thank you.
great.
Thank you. I
There's
feel
no
good.
worries here. Where are you right now?
I'm just at my crib.
Yeah, but where the fuck
Shit,
is your
bro.
crib? LA?
Van Nuys, yeah. Los
Okay,
Angeles.
nice.
Dude, I'm a little disappointed. Like the walls aren't green too.
Well, you haven't seen the whole crib. There's
Oh
there's
Yeah, all
there's a
right,
lot of
let's
green.
do it. Let's go.
Here, I'll give
SOTS
you just a
cribs,
little.
baby.
Oh, why is that such a
How
good
do I
idea?
how do I swap my camera? Here we go. We got our Limp Bizkit shrine over here.
Shut the fuck
Yo.
up. This is
Got the
gorgeous.
boyfriends. There's some
Biscuit
green over
too.
there. Bunch of plushies. You know, there's enough. There's enough going on.
This is fucking
Dude,
great.
this is chill.
Thanks for having me on, guys. For real.
Yeah,
Of
no,
course.
of course. Hey, listen, we're joined by Lil Aaron, the state of the scene director of quality assurance. Lil Aaron's known for being a singer-songwriter and producer who, in addition to releasing their own solo material, is part of the band Boyfriends, which also features Smart Death and Lil Lotus. And he's worked alongside Black Bear, Lizzo, and Haley Steinfeld.
There we go. Where'd you get that blurb?
Genius.
Nice.
I was also
Hell
at
yeah.
Genius and I saw that you featured on that Black Bear song and it was written by Oliver Francis. And it was like, holy shit, I didn't realize what a gold mine that was.
Yeah. So that song, what's crazy about that song is I had started that for me, and then I was working on it a bit with Oliver, and then I was gonna get Bear on the second verse, and then when I sent it to Bear, Bear was like, "I need that for my project." So
Shut up, that they could do that. I get when you're Black Bear, you could do that, right?
no, I know I was happy to. I was happy, like what I'm saying. It was like at that time I was really trying to get my foot in the door with the songwriting shit, so that was enough for me. But but yeah, I have so many records, man. If you knew how many records, if somebody wants a record, I'm just like, yeah, you could have that one.
Yeah, for what it's worth, I didn't go through like the whole Genius thing. I saw some I really liked. I was like, all right, Black Bear, Lizzo, Ethel Kane. I was like, those feel
Yeah,
like the biggies.
hell yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
so
I'm always working on something, so there's a
what are you
lot.
working on now? Real quick, before we get into it, what are you doing right now?
I mean, the Heart Attack Man album is we did that one last year.
That's
That's
you?
rolling out.
Yeah. How did I not
That
even
shit's
realize that was you?
that shit is fucking. That's some next level pop punk in my opinion. My
Okay, all
humble
right,
opinion.
hype it up.
Yeah, no, they're the best band in the scene. That's why I did that album with them. I think they're about to have a big year.
Yeah, I'm with you. They're a lot of fucking fun. Are you going to be featured on that too, or just writing credit or producer
No, I
credit? I'm
produced it.
sorry.
I produced it with them.
Yeah. All right. So Heart Attack Man coming up. All right. But why we have you here today is because you said you want to review songs because I might hype shit a little too much and you wanna like level me out.
That wasn't it. That wasn't it at all.
What is it then? Tell me what it is. So I
No,
posted a
I just
song a
thought
little while back on Twitter by a band called Goldview, and I said they were very slept on. And my followers did what they always did, which is bitch and complain because it wasn't heavy. And you kind of came in there and you were nice about it and gave a little bit of critical feedback.
yeah, so here's what happened. I saw you guys post that. I actually do like pay attention to your Twitter because I feel like it's a good way to stay up to date with what's happening in the scene and the new artists. So when you guys post a new artist, I'm always like checking it out. So it popped up on my feed, I checked it out, and in my head, without responding or anything, I was like, not my favorite, kept moving. But then later in the day, I saw a bunch of comments that were like pretty mean, right? So I was
Mhm.
like, you know what? If these guys are getting a bunch of mean comments, let me at least just like offer some perspective, which I
Which
wasn't
is a
trying to be.
kindness.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be like malicious or anything. And obviously, there's some kids that didn't like my comments, but the band themselves seemed to receive it well.
Insane with the volume of negativity in there that anyone would pull your comment out and think that it was mean. Like just
Yeah,
by virtue of
I guess
comparison.
I guess I probably could have worded it better or something, but it was just like in the moment. Like I watched a minute video and I was like, if they're gonna be next level, I think they need to work on their vocals. That was just my honest opinion. And you know what? I've been wrong about this shit. So like, I'm not the Bible.
Yeah, but
Yo, name names.
you've been right about this shit a lot too, though, to be fair.
I've been right about this shit a lot, more than the average person for sure.
God, there's so much pressure now knowing that if I post a song, you check it out. I hate this.
No, I love it. I love it. And I love that through doing this thing that we're doing, now I just get to like find new artists. You guys put me on to some dope shit.
Okay, all right. So I sent you 5 songs. So let's go one by one. I'll name it, I'll give a little quick bio, and then you can tell me what you thought about it.
Okay, cool.
All right, so we're gonna start with Therapy by Macy.
Please don't give up on me.
Macy's an aspiring singer-songwriter from Sacramento, California. Therapy is their follow-up to their 2022 single, You're a Fucking Dick. Hope you know that shit.
Yeah. This is the first song on the playlist, so I didn't know what to expect yet for even what the batch of songs was gonna sound like. So with the intro into like how heavy it got, I was surprised at how heavy it was, but I really liked it. I was a fan. The vocals, I was a big fan of Macy's voice. It's pronounced Macy, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pronounced Macy, and I agree.
Yeah.
Those vocals really stand out.
Her vocals are very, very strong. That I would say my favorite parts were the vocals and like how tastefully heavy the production was. I would say the biggest thing to work on would probably be the lyrics. The lyrics felt a little bit generic to me, but I see what they're going for. Let me see what else I thought about this one. I really think there's room for something like this in the scene. There's like that like solo artist, female energy. I really like it a lot.
I was actually sent this. So I was sent this song like weeks before we had even talked about doing this. And I didn't really know what to do with it because sometimes when I'm not sure how or maybe when I am sure how my audience in like Twitter is going to take something in, I don't know what to do with the song even when I like it. So I was glad that we could sort of like circle back around here and that you kind of dug it.
Yeah. I really dug it. I think there's a lot of a room for a project like that to grow. I think there's definitely an audience for it.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, this next one is a little more like our bread and butter, the kind of thing that I would like post with a lot of confidence. So this was Odeon and their song Hostage featuring Axty.
How did I get myself down here? Never thought I could actually break down. Believe it or not, my mind is at war. Someone wake me up, take me home. I'm so tired of being on myself, mind to make things right. Is this too much to ask for? How am I supposed to move on?
So they're from Brazil, and they're a mix of everything from metal, R&B, pop, and Brazilian funk. And this track is off their 2022 album Game.
Cool. Yeah. I also was really surprised by this song and like how it it felt like it lived somewhere between like a SoundCloud rap song and like a new metal song.
Right.
But yeah, so I was super surprised on that. I really like the vocals. The chorus feels massive on this song. Big fan of the chorus. There's a couple points where like in like the rap sections, or I guess like the verse sections, there's like some vocal processing that felt a little overdone for me.
A little heavy. Okay.
It just felt like a little too much like, and this part's different because the vocals are processed, you know? Which maybe that's just me, but I wasn't the biggest fan of that. And I also feel like at points the lyrics could have been stronger. So I think these guys are definitely underrated. I think that the chorus, I think there's a big commercial appeal there. I really like that. And I just think if they work on the lyrics and being a little bit more tasteful with the vocal production, I feel like they've got what it takes.
Okay. All right. So it's feeling right now like we're kind of 2 for 2. So I'm sort of waiting for like the floor to drop out from under us at some point here.
Yeah. Well, let's keep going.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So next up we got Hitbox and their song Grief Inheritance. they're self-described as an internet band. They're a two-piece featuring Joseph Fox on guitars and production and Destin Taylor on vocals and drum programming.
Sick. Yeah. This one was really cool.
Okay, let's go.
I'm a big fan of this one. I mean, obviously I really have no idea what he's saying, but the vocals sound fucking sick. The production sounds fucking sick. I had because on all these I was like, what do they need to work on? These guys, I don't know. I feel like if they're just consistent and keep dropping stuff, I feel like, I mean, this isn't like that's not necessarily a genre that I feel like I have like too much authority on, but to me it sounds like it's competitive with all the other shit I've heard, you know?
This felt a little bit like it was in its own lane. Like it felt like a lot of experimentation and they were just kind of doing their own thing. So I feel you there. Out of curiosity, have you worked with any heavier bands, so to speak, like metal rock artists?
Yeah, I mean, I've done some like the Polifiacino stuff.
Okay. All right.
That's kind of, as far as like hardcore, like, I don't know. I definitely have. I did a song with Sylar a couple years ago.
Holy shit. Was this their last album?
I forget. It's the one that like had I think it's the one with a leaf on the cover.
Yeah. That would have been their last one.
Wait, which song?
You're putting me on the spot. Dude. I
Oh
do so many
shit, bro.
records. I'm sorry.
That's
I
just
love
such
Sylar,
a
though.
crazy
Those are the
pull
homies.
for you to bring up.
I mean, I've done, especially a lot of the stuff I've done with Feldman. He brings me into some heavier stuff. Like,
Okay.
he brought me into both of the last two Used albums. I worked on. I don't know. My shit's all over the place. It's so hard for me to think of all the people I've worked with when I'm put on the spot.
Okay. Fair. I didn't mean to set you up like that.
No, you're good. You're good.
Let's talk
But yeah,
about
these guys, Hitbox. I think that they got something special. I definitely I'm gonna keep up with them.
Yeah, me too. I've actually been recommended them a couple of times by the same person, and been meaning to check them out. So I'm glad that we actually pulled them for this.
Sick.
Let's talk about Unwell and their song Clueless.
Changing course, yeah, every week. Searching for some inner peace while trying to find my own 2 feet. 23, and I can't speak without feeling small or weak. I can't escape anxiety.
Great Lake State Pop Punk 5-piece, who are engineered to capture the Warped Tour emo phase. And they boast a musical background, which is built on a foundation of post-hardcore and musical theater.
Cool. This one's kind of where you lost me.
Oh no, really? What's funny is I thought
for
this
it.
would be most up your alley. I was like, all right, it's not weird. It's not like heavy. It's just like very straight ahead.
Yeah, I mean, this one is like the one pop punk song of the bunch, which I probably would have assumed would have been my favorite too. But I don't know, something of it, like, I think the production is super solid. It just feels like a little bit generic. It feels like I've heard this already, and not in like not in like a, I don't know. It wasn't my favorite. The song itself felt like the outro felt a little, it just wasn't my favorite. But I think if they work on their lyrics and they work on their originality, I think the guy's got a solid voice. The band obviously knows how to play their instruments. Like, I think they could pull something off, but this record just didn't do it for me.
Is there anything like drastically different that you would have done with that track?
That's a
Had
good
you
question.
been in the room?
I like that.
Yeah, I mean, the songwriting process probably would have been completely different. Like,
Okay.
if you, I don't think that like the composition is wrong or that the chords are wrong or anything, but I don't know. Vocally, there wasn't much that like stuck with me as like, oh, okay, sick. I can get behind this,
Doesn't
And
move you.
I don't want to feel mean saying that. I think everything sounds good, but for them to get to the next level, I think they're going to need to work on some originality.
I feel you, because I think what I liked about this is kind of the thing that you're saying you disliked, which it kind of sounds very nostalgic. It sounds exactly like they describe themselves as.
There's ways to be nostalgic without sounding like Like
you
just
want
the
to say
same thing.
generic, but you want to be sweet. Is that where you're going with this?
It is a little bit generic. I think that's my biggest beef with the song is it's a little bit generic. But these guys seem like, I mean, they have a big song on Spotify and they seem like they have a decent amount of monthly listeners. So they're doing something right. I just think for them to like really ramp it up and go to the next level, they're gonna have to do something a little bit different. They're gonna have to switch it up a little bit and work on those lyrics.
Did you notice their logo perchance?
I don't think I did. What is it?
It's like an indicator that this was going to be like a little generic is that it's a W, but it's just the McDonald's logo turned upside down. It's literally that, but red.
Oh, that's kind of
That's
fire.
actually
I
kinda
fuck with
funny,
that.
honestly. That's just easy merch, is what that is.
A little.
All right. So last one we got here is Death Face by Snail Bones. Three-piece noise punk band from Portland, Oregon. The band just wrapped up writing and recording their third album.
Sick. Snail Bones. I like this one a lot. I think the production was really, really tasteful on this record.
Okay.
I love the chorus, and I love like the energy and like when he does like the scream vocals. Those sounded awesome to me. This really felt like a record that would belong in like a skate video game. You know, if you put that on one of those playlists, I wouldn't have like nexted it or anything. So I think this record's super strong. I think this band's definitely underrated. For them, what I had for them to work on, I don't know. I think they just keep it up. They keep writing solid songs. I think they could definitely take it to the next level.
Okay, that's interesting. I feel you with the skate video kind of shit because it does feel like it's got that 90s vibe to it, which I think is fully intentional.
It's just chill and not overproduced, and I really like that.
Yeah. All right. So of the five, Macy, Odeon, Hitbox, Unwell, and Snail Bones, which one did you like the best?
I'm gonna go with Macy. That was a strong start.
Okay,
I think there's like a concise vision for where like that music can live, and I think she like has a unique sound. I thought she was the most solid overall for sure.
Okay. All right. That's big praise is what that is.
Yeah, I fuck with Macy. She got my cosign.
Fucking sick. All right. So we loved having you on, Lil Aaron. We definitely have to do this again. I loved this.
Dude, I'm ready whenever. Just keep sending me songs and let's keep running these. I hope you guys like the feedback. I hope the artists take this and I'm not trying to bash on anyone. Anybody trying to fucking make music and make it in the music industry has my respect. If anybody needs advice, hit me up.
Awesome. Fucking love you,
Excellent,
Lil
man.
Aaron. Thank you for coming on.
All right. Talk soon, guys.
Thank you. All right. Take it easy.
Later.